Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 22, 2024. And in the news this evening, man killed at a brother's wake in Tollgate, Clarendon. A man was gunned down at his brother's wake in Tollgate, Clarendon last night. He is 49-year-old Michael Bassier. Two other persons were also shot in the attack. Michael is the brother of Manchester businessman 67-year-old Jerome Bassier, who was shot and killed just over a year ago. He was killed on the morning of March 14, 2023, while working on an apartment complex he was developing in the Tollgate area. The news understands that Michael recently came to Jamaica from the United Kingdom to attend the funeral of another brother who sources say had collapsed and died. At a wake for the brother on Thursday, it is reported that about 8:45 p.m., Michael Bassier was among several persons at a wake for his brother who died in the UK when they were pounced upon by gunmen who opened fire. Bassier received gunshot wounds to his head and upper body and was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Two other people were hospitalized for treatment. Head of the Clarendon Police, Superintendent Carlos Russell, says no motive has been established for the killing. He is imploring anyone with information that could assist this and other investigations to contact the police. Last Sunday, a 65-year-old man was killed in a suspected arson attack, also in Tollgate. Up to March 16, a total of 12 people were killed in Clarendon. Bail extended for ex-cashier at a Spanish Town pharmacy accused of fraud. A former cashier at a pharmacy in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, accused of swindling more than $400,000 from her job, had her bail extended in the parish court today. Clarissa Campbell is charged with larceny as a servant. When the matter was called up today, the court was informed that the prosecution's case file is incomplete. Senior Parish Court Judge Yvette Wentworth Miller then set the case aforementioned on April 26. Allegations are that the accused was employed as a cashier at the La Vega pharmacy in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. A surprise verification was conducted by the complainant, and it was discovered that she allegedly tapped into the pharmacy's system, which awards customers a discount on purchases of medication. Campbell allegedly used the money for her personal benefit. A report was made to the Spanish Town Police and an investigation launched, which resulted in her being arrested and charged. The accused is being represented by attorney-at-law Denise Hinson. All reports sent to Parliament tabled, says Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission is reporting that all its annual and investigation reports that were submitted to Parliament have been tabled. In a media release today, the anti-corruption body stated that it was moved to address the issue amid comments in the public domain. In the public interest, the Commission wishes to advise and to confirm that all its investigation and annual reports that have so far been submitted to Parliament for tabling have in fact been tabled, it said. None is outstanding, the Commission underscored. The agency noted that it is unable to make any public comment on matters that are currently before the Commission, inclusive of matters that are under investigation. However, the public will be notified once an investigation report is tabled in Parliament. CCTV footage outstanding in accused gunman's 2023 murder case. Tyrese Hunter, the St. James man who reportedly confessed to the 2023 shooting death of 34-year-old vendor Akeem Robinson, which was caught on CCTV footage, will have to wait until March 27 to hear whether his case file in the St. James Parish Court has been completed. Hunter, a mechanic of a Johns Hall address, was remanded by presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley following his court appearance yesterday. When Hunter's matter was mentioned, the court was told that the prosecution was awaiting a CD with a CCTV footage to add to its case file. However, it was disclosed that the scene of crime CD was available. It is also understood that the prosecution will be relying on a question and answer document to make up its case against the Hunter. Judge Ashley subsequently set March 27 as the new court date and remanded Hunter until that time, when a further update into the progression of the case file will be expected. The deceased Robinson, who originally hailed from Burnt Savannah in St. Elizabeth, was shot and killed in broad daylight on November 23, 2023, along Fosdick Avenue in Montego Bay, St. James. According to reports, Robinson was sitting along the roadway sometime after 2 p.m. when he was approached by the lone occupant on a motorcycle, who pulled a gun and opened fire on him. Robinson was shot in the head, following which the gunman escaped on the motorcycle. Robinson was subsequently taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he died while being treated. Ironically, his death came hours after a state of public emergency had been issued for St. James to deal with a crime in the parish. The Montego Bay Criminal Investigation Bureau launched a probe using canvassing and the CCTV to identify and trace the perpetrator. This led to the arrest of Hunter on December 4, with the motorcycle believed to be involved found in his possession. It is also understood that prior to his arrest in this case, Hunter had been granted bail in the Western Regional Gun Court in September 2023 in relation to a firearm charge. Another suspect, Dino Barrett, who was previously arrested in March 2023 in relation to an illegal firearm and ammunition, was also arrested and charged with Robinson's murder following investigations by the police. However, a bench warrant was issued for his arrest after he failed to appear in court on December 11, 2023. Prior to Robinson's killing, National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang announced on September 4 that year that cameras would be installed at strategic locations across Montego Bay over a 12-month period to aid the police in the fight against the crime. In the same month, when Hunter and Barrett were arrested for Robinson's murder, local Montego Bay developer Mark Kerr Jarrett made a call for an expansion of the CCTV network in the Western City to aid in solving crimes. That call was made in the context of the resolution of the murder of homeless man Matthew Letman, who was bludgeoned to death in March 2023. Rashawn Bulgin, who pleaded guilty to Letman's killing and was later sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in October, was identified as a person of interest 24 hours after the murder, following analysis of digital and forensic evidence which was retrieved by investigators. Cops on murder charge to return to court in July. The 3 policemen implicated in the July 2022 murder of a St. Andrew Tyler, who had reported them for alleged bribery, are scheduled to return to the Home Circuit Court on July 23 for the continuation of a case management hearing on Tuesday. Corporal Miguel Ebanks and the constables Kemar Dennis and Purcell Carter are facing murder and bribery charges in the July 16 shooting death of 49-year-old Philip Wallace of Green Glide Close in the parish. Yesterday, when the matter was mentioned, the court was informed that the case file was not complete. Justice Vinette Graham Allen, in the meantime, authorized the production order for 5 telephone numbers. She also ordered that the ballistic certificate be submitted on or before the court date. The policemen's bail was extended for them to return to court in July. Reports are that on July 16, about 10:41 a.m., Wallace was standing in the community when a white Toyota Axio motorcar drove up. The 3 accused lawmen reportedly exited the vehicle and fired multiple shots at Wallace, killing him. It is further reported that the accused men also shot at Wallace's companion, but she escaped without injury. The accused policemen are alleged to have requested money from Wallace following a raid a few days earlier. The policemen had reportedly arrested Wallace, who was in possession of half a pound of ganja, but requested $150,000 to drop the matter. A sum of $15,000 was allegedly paid over to the cops, but they allegedly charged Wallace and demanded that he pay the remainder of the requested sum in order for the matter not to proceed to court. Wallace, however, made a report to the Concerned Spring Police, and an investigation was launched into the allegations. Shortly after, he was shot and killed. Following investigations, the policemen were arrested and charged. Ebanks is represented by attorney-at-law John Jacobs, Courtney Rowe, and Lyndon Wellesley, while Dennis is represented by Peter Champagny Casey and Richard Lynch. Carter is represented by Valerie Nita Robertson Casey and Kimberly Whitaker. New trial date to be set for accused in Insports fraud. A new trial date is to be set in the judge alone hearing in the case of the over $220 million in the case of the over $220 million fraud uncovered at the Institute of Sports. A trial date was previously scheduled for April 3 in the Home Circuit Court. However, the court was informed last Friday that the case file was incomplete. The case will be mentioned on April 3, when it is expected that a new trial date will be fixed. Former financial controller at Insports, Andrew Wright, and the 5 former employees are implicated in the suspected $222 million fraud at the government agency. Mr. Wright, the promoter of the French Connection and the Chugit parties, along with his co-defendants Rudolph Barnes, O'Neill Hope, Janique Mills, Andrea Picton, and Shireen Farquharson, are charged with various offenses, including conspiracy to defraud, acquisition, use, and the possession of criminal property, engaging in transactions involving criminal property, and larceny as a servant.